It's Steve from Machete Squad. I know it's you, motherfucker.
Beat up, bum, bum, running through the night we come. Beat up, bum, bum, follow if you want me one. You can find me on a skylight, stomp my feet and I go bye-bye. Floating through the elevator of my mind's eye, I'm fine. Feeling dizzy like a rascal, baby, I'm grime. And if you wanna square up, then I am Einstein. Taking gravity bongs back at high times. Find me on a weeknight, middle of a street fight. Smoking on a peace pipe, trying to get my teeth fixed, right? I'm to make it the ace, breaking records of pace. And I need another win like the devil needs a fireplace. Smoking in the back room, sitting in the black tomb. Screaming in the quiet place, hoping they'll come back soon. Fuck it, man, I'm tired, mate. It's really pretty pointless when you're sitting at a higher rate. Looking for a hideaway, smoke some and hibernate. I am great. Beat on, bum, bum. Running through the night we come. Beat on, bum, bum. Follow if you want me one. Want me one. Beat on, bum, bum. Running through the night we come. Beat on, follow if you want me.
You know I needed you, why would you leave? And keeping it real every day, it ain't easy. Cardigan swells, it come out next season. Deja Ray, would you just stay with me, please? I'm a blessed little woman like she sneezing. Scored a triple-double for my niece. Said I just bought a rover for no reason. I'm on house arrest, I can't even leave. Locked up in the pen, but I ain't pee. The water dripping off me, Aquafina. Love my Uncle E, I Uncle Bean. It love my Auntie Chris, that Auntie Nene. It's blowing all this money cause it's free. Scamming in Miami by the beach. Telling on your homies that ain't see. Boy, I heard you ready for a G.
What's up, guys? Good afternoon. How are we doing this afternoon? We're back here for more Cyraxx nonsense. He made a video a little bit ago to inform Katie about his lost love April and cry over her. It's very quick in the cycle these days. He went from Rage Rax in the morning to Cyraxx in the evening. Isn't it always fun, guys? So we have a video from Cyraxx talking about his lost love, April. So as always, let me put up the Cyraxx and let me put up the fly. And as always, guys, let's check it out.
Hey, Katie. I know you're probably wondering why I'm so upset, and I'm about to explain it to you. Because for the past 20 minutes, I've been bawling my fucking eyes out.
Yes, he's been crying because he got reminded of a story about a girl he used to love, guys. He used to love this girl. He knew her for all of a couple weeks, like a month or two ago. And he's crying now while reminiscing about his lost love, April.
Because I just learned the worst news ever. I really just learned the worst news of my whole fucking life. And it crushed me.
You hear the sirens? I don't have a joke for that shit. I thought I had something funny for that. Well, there's sirens, and somehow they're involved with Cyraxx.
You see, a few months after me and Kira split, there was this girl that randomly added me on Facebook. And
a few months after him and Kira split. I mean, him and Kira split like 4 or 5 months ago, but sure, yeah. So, you know, he really works his way in and out of relationships really quickly. But apparently they all mean a lot to him.
And me and her got to being really good. You know, me and this girl got to be super close with each other and become really good friends rather quickly. Well, during that time, this is before we dated. Well, during the time period of us just being friends, we became super close really quickly. Like we would talk on Facebook all the time. We would message each other all the fucking time. You know, and we would talk, you know, on a daily basis. You know, like literally almost all day and all night we would talk.
They would talk almost all day and all night, guys. And that's a very specific point he's making, which he will He will bring up why that was a very stupid thing to say in a few minutes, guys. But remember that. He talked to her all day and all night.
You know, we would always message each other back and forth. And the reason why we didn't like video chat or voice call was because she was always busy with work. And I understood that. I got that, you know. Because she was always busy doing stuff. Well, there was a point where everything had happened with my PC and my Xbox. And she saw what happened. And she offered to send me a brand new PC 2 separate times. And the reason I say 2 separate times was because William Gloryhole and N-word boy stole the mail and had it redirected both times. She tried to send me a $4,000 PC that was brand new off the shelf. They stole it and had it redirected. They found out the shipping info and had it redirected to them.
I want to overuse that fucking clip.
So, we dealt with it. She got her money back. You know, April got her money back. And we tried again, but this time for a laptop a few months later. Again, the same thing fucking happened. They found out where it was being sent to and had the package rerouted and resent to them. Only the second time they did something very fucking evil. They sat there and had a fucking like $25 fucking baby toy that you can get off of Amazon sent to the location where I was supposed to pick up the package. And
sent to the location where he was supposed to pick up the package as if he was going to leave the house, as if he could go to another location, as if he's allowed to leave the house. It's just whatever.
When I got home and showed April what they had sent, just like me, she was fucking furious. She was pissed. And understandably so. And shortly after that, William Gloryhole and N-word boy called Amazon and had a fake flag put on, like they had made, you know, fake claims and false claims, to where now Amazon will not deliver anything over $400 to my house.
Yeah, because goblins don't deserve really expensive toys for free when they're a monster on the internet. And they got that problem solved. They got that problem solved like professionals. Something you could take some notes on how to be a real professional, Cyraxx.
Because of them. And I didn't know that was a thing, but yeah, it is. And so me and April dealt with that. And it got to a point to where, you know, me and her started talking more and more and more on a regular basis, to where we finally decided, you know what, like, we like each other so much, why don't we, you know, we both decided, hey, like, why don't we just be together, you know, why don't we date each other?
Yes, this girl, totally a real girl, that he talked to all the time. Remember, he said he talked to her night and day, talked to her all the time. Finally decided he wanted to date her because they were jiving so well. He wanted to date her. This relationship was progressing swimmingly.
And we did. And
we got two from DTV Network. This monster loves to steal from women. That is true. He loves to steal. Well, he loves to steal from anyone. But he loves to target vulnerable women and take them for everything they have.
I was actually supposed to go out there this month to a festival called Aftershock, which is like the biggest concert on the west coast of the year.
Yeah, Cyraxx, who's never left Akron on his own, doesn't have a driver's license, doesn't know how to drive a car, never taken a plane anywhere, can't afford plane tickets, wouldn't know how to get there without his mommy driving him to the airport and telling him which gate to go to. was totally planning to take a trip to the West Coast later this year to meet up with this girl that he's been dating for a couple weeks.
They do it every year out in California. Like, I was supposed to go out there to Aftershock Fest and meet a whole bunch of bands and have fun and, listen to and get to see bands that I grew up with, that I fully enjoyed, or bands that, my friends enjoyed, that I wanted to do stuff for.
Yeah, not only was he gonna somehow go to this massive concert on the West Coast when he's never left Akron, Ohio, but in his story, he believes he was gonna meet and be friends with and hang out with all the cool bands there. It was totally gonna be Cyraxx's moment in the sun.
I was supposed to surprise one of my friends for their birthday with a video by, one of their favorite bands after I got to meet them and stuff like that, because April had paid for the VIP passes to where we were going to be backstage.
Oh, we got 5 from 2 Pump Chump. How is someone this delusional? He has never left Sally's Tata. That is true. It's true. He's never left Sally's side, and he thinks he's going to go across the country to a massive festival. He's delusional.
We would get to meet the bands, get to meet all the members of each band that was there and have fun. Like, it was supposed to be a fun thing.
And of course, he wasn't going to pay for any of this. He expected this girl he had been dating for a few weeks, who he didn't even know, to buy super expensive backstage passes at a festival just to make Cyraxx happy, and he totally thought this was real. It didn't tick any sneaky boxes in his head. He totally thought this was totally real. And this is a girl who totally loved him, guys.
Well, there was one time where I asked her if, we could video call, because by this point, we hadn't video called at all. We had only, texted each other back and forth multiple times. Like, you could literally, like, if I still had her on my Facebook, like, you could see how much we had texted, like.
It's so obvious.
It was a lot. And so finally I asked her, hey, is there any way that we could, video call? And like, I had voice called her before multiple times. Like, we had texted, we had voice called almost daily. And, I finally got to the point where I was like, hey, why don't we try video calling? Well, some stuff came up for her to where she couldn't. And I understood, because like, she had a meeting for work or whatever. And I was like, alright, cool. And she said that we could do it later on. Well, later on, I found out from her that her phone broke. Or that her phone supposedly broke. Which I found out today all that was true. That all did happen.
We have two Pump Chump. Can you say Buddy Troll? Yeah, he's very smart. He's a very smart man.
Well, I started to get skeptical about whether she was real or not. Because she would constantly send me photos of her, or of who I thought was her. And she would constantly send me, Instagrams of different people.
It's so obvious. It's so obvious, guys. Come on. Can't be real.
And at the time, I didn't understand why she was doing it. And it finally got to the point to where, it finally got to the point to where I spoke up. And I was like, okay, there's videos of this person's Instagram that aren't adding up with your voice. Like, I know your voice all too well. What's going on? And understandably now, out of fear, she didn't really say anything. She couldn't really, tell me. And all I wanted was the truth. That's all I wanted from her was the truth.
Yeah, all he wanted was the truth from her. And what he got from her was absolutely the truth. And he believed it because it was the truth. And he's a very, very smart man.
Well...
Oh, we got 5 from Noel. With Chance in these relationships, it's never about love and having genuine feelings with each other. It's all about material gain for him. Yeah, material gain and also bumping up his ego.
I ended up splitting things off with her because things just, in my mind, didn't seem...
Oh, God.
Happy birthday, that guy. I hope you have a good one.
Right. And like I said, it was because of William Gloryhole and N-word boy making me so paranoid of every real person that comes into my life that I don't know what's real and what's not.
It's so obvious, yeah. It was William and... Oh, wait, hold on. It was William and N-word boy. It was their trolling that made him not trust people. It wasn't the fact that this is obviously a catfish buddy troll screwing with him. No. It was William and N-word boy who made it so he can't trust people. They're the real problem here.
I genuinely question everybody that comes into my life now because of them, and I hate that. I hate not trusting people. I used to be the most
We got 2 from Edward. Please, you think everything is real. Yes, he believes everything is real, including this. He still thinks this was a real relationship, despite we all just heard the first half of this story, and we all know it wasn't real. But Cyraxx still, to this day, thinks this was a real relationship.
trusting person in the world. But now I'm not. I'm constantly scared, constantly on edge, constantly paranoid. Well, because of that paranoia, I ended up blocking her. Well, fast forward to today.
And that would have been the only smart move he made in this entire story, would be blocking the catfish buddy troll and forgetting about them. But no, that's the only thing Cyraxx believes he did wrong in this. And this is the only thing Cyraxx thinks he was wrong about in this entire story, was blocking her and not believing she was real.
When I was talking to an old friend of mine who actually was good friends with the guy that used to mow April's grass for her, because I guess they grew up together, and she gave him a job, mowing her grass or whatever, which was totally cool.
And that is where you hear real information about real people that you knew in real life, was finding out from some guy who cuts her grass because he used to know her in high school. That's how you know. That's how you know this is all real and verifiable.
Well, my friend reached out to him today to see what was going on, because he had told me, like, hey, there's this, person that is a supporter that wants to help. Let me see if I can, reach out to them, referring to April, because I didn't know that my friend knew April. And so my friend started going through April's friends list.
But why would you reach out to him if you didn't know if he knew her? That doesn't make any sense. It sounds like weird and stalkerish. But whatever. Continue with your amazing story about this real relationship, Cyraxx.
To see what was going on, because she hadn't posted anything in a very long time. So my friend naturally went through her friends list and started to try to, see if he could find out what was going on, because it wasn't normal for April to not post. Well, he finally got an answer back from one of her friends named Chris, who was the one that, mowed her lawn. And so
this was all supposedly within the past couple months, guys. This was within the past couple months when this happened, and we didn't hear anything about it. But it's totally a real story that totally happened, and everybody involved is totally real, I'm sure.
he had Chris reach out to me, because I wanted to know from her friends what had happened, like what was going on, because I wanted to know if she was okay, what was up. Well, I found out today that she had took her life. I had found out today, just a little bit ago, that she had took her own life because...
Yeah, Cyraxx is a very smart man, and he believes everything he hears. Literally everything. And again, the only mistake he ever made in this entire story, the only thing he was wrong about, was blocking her and not believing everything she tells him, guys. Or I guess her friends tell him too.
Because I had left her. Because of the trolls constantly attacking her. And believe me,
yes, he believes because he left her. It struck her so horribly. She was so depressed because she could no longer be with Cyraxx, guys. She was horribly depressed. It's a tragedy. It's very sad, Take a moment tonight to think about poor April, guys. The poor girl who is so broken up by not being able to be with Cyraxx anymore.
and when I say the initial shock was devastating, I dropped to my knees and sat there on the floor and bawled my eyes out for over half an hour. Because now her friend Chris blames me for her death. When it wasn't on me, it was on William and Edward blaming them.
That is right. Cyraxx is innocent in everything. It's not his fault that he gets trolled. It's not his fault that these totally real women who fall in love with him get scared off by all these mean trolls. It's not his fault. He has nothing to do with it. It's all William Goyhole and Edward Boy who totally caused this very real situation, guys.
For making me so fucking paranoid. And I genuinely feel fucking terrible. I genuinely feel fucking bad. Because I did not know that she was real. And looking back now I understand why she did everything she did to hide from the trolls. Fake name, doing certain things, moving certain ways.
Yes, that is right. She was only lying to Cyraxx about her name and her identity, who she was, because of the trolls. She was definitely real, and she was definitely in love with Cyraxx this entire time. She was only acting this way because she was afraid of the trolls. Ipso facto, William and Edward Boy, the real monsters.
I didn't see it. And now that I do see it, I feel fucking terrible. Even though I know I'm not at fault for being paranoid and scared and questioning whether she was real or not, I still feel bad. The ones really at fault are Edward Boy and William Glory Hole.
We got two from Edward. Another girlfriend deletes their Minecraft profile. That is true. It's the only constant is Cyraxx, but it's not his fault, guys.
They're the real ones at fault. Because had I not been paranoid because of them, she might still be fucking alive. She might still be alive today if it wasn't for them. I can't even begin to express the amount of disgust, the amount of sickness that I fucking feel inside.
Yes, Cyraxx is disgusted and feels sickness inside because of these trolls who totally scared off his very real girlfriend, who couldn't even tell him a real name, who couldn't even give him a real photo of herself, who wouldn't video chat with him, who lied to him about literally everything, was scared off by all these mean trolls. This very, very real woman.
I can't even describe how sick to my fucking stomach I feel right now. The one fucking person that
we got two from the Bassmaster. April Memorial stream coming up soon. Yeah, I guarantee that pretty soon. Missed 300 from Nolan for bait. F this goblin. Thank you for that. I appreciate that.
Actually gave a fuck about me. That actually saw through all the fucking bullshit that William and Edward Boy and all of them had put me through. Everything. She saw through everything and saw me for me.
Yes, this very real woman who was totally in love with Cyraxx, who really, really loved him but couldn't tell him her identity, saw Cyraxx for the real him. This was true love. This woman who wouldn't tell Cyraxx who she actually was. It was true love, and the trolls ruined it for him, guys.
She's the first person in several months.
2 from Edward. Eyes closed, no tears. Yeah, that is Cyraxx's trademark.
In several years to see through all the fucking bullshit. To see through all the fuck.
5 from Sergeant Retro. But Steve, he cried for over 30 minutes. It's so real. Yeah, and Cyraxx doesn't cry very easily. It's very hard to make Cyraxx cry. So he did cry, so it's definitely real.
Fucking lies and see who I truly am as a human being. And still gave a fuck enough to want to be with me. Despite all the lies. Despite all the bull.
Ooh, did you catch that? Did you catch that? Did you guys catch that?
Despite all the lies.
Yeah, did you see that? Yeah, it's wonderful. It's wonderful.
Despite all the lies, want to be with me. Despite all the want to be with me. Despite all the lies, want to be with me. Despite all the lies, despite all the bullshit that people have said about me. She saw through all of that and saw who I am as a human being, saw who I am as a person, and saw that I'm not really that bad of a guy. That I just got fucked with on a super hard level. And was trying my hardest to do good for myself.
Yeah, Cyraxx is really just a good guy. He's trying his hardest to do the best for himself with his concerts and his wine streams and his fake LLC that went nowhere. He's just trying to better himself. Don't you people understand? He's just a poor, victimized little guy. And this totally real woman who was totally in love with him was scared off because of all these mean trolls. You people are so mean to him for no reason about these totally real situations, and you're ruining his life.
She saw through everything. And now
oh shit, we got some more super chats. 5 from Toad David Smoke Perps. She saw the real Rax and offered, well, yeah. 5 from Puma the Pig. The only real part of his life is complaining about mean people on the internet. That is true. That is true.
Because of William Glory Hole and N-word boy. Making me fucking paranoid. Making me question everything. The one person that actually truly saw me for me, the person that actually wanted to be with me, is gone. And I can't describe the level of hurt, guilt, regret, hatred, anger that I feel inside. I can't even begin to describe how fucking empty I feel inside right now. How destroyed I feel.
Oh, we got 2 from Edward. He's just a poor boy. Nobody loves him. That is true, and I'm not singing that.
Looking back, I wish I had known. Looking back, I wish I had known and understood why she was doing what she was doing to hide from them. William Glory Hole and N-word boy are fucking evil pieces of shit. And the fact that they made her fucking go through all that, I can't even describe the level of emptiness that I feel inside right now. It's literally taking everything in me not to completely fucking fall apart right now.
Yeah, this isn't Cyraxx falling apart. You don't want to see it when Cyraxx falls apart. When he falls apart, the world falls apart. He cries, snot runs out of his nose, he shakes violently, like a little girl having a temper tantrum. You don't want to see it when he falls apart. This is just Cyraxx maintaining.
Because I want to go back in time so fucking bad and fix everything, but I can't. As much as I wish I could go back in time and fix everything, I can't. But I can tell you this, that I swear on April's grave, I swear on her life and on her name, that I will do whatever it takes to bring William and N-word boy down no matter what happens.
Yeah, that's what this is all about. It's just another excuse to pretend that he's on a justified quest to end the trolls. It's not because he doesn't like them being mean to him and calling him out for being a thief and a horrible person. Now he's gonna take them down for revenge for his lost love, April. That is why. Now it's a justified crusade, and now he's the righteous one, and everybody's gonna support him in his ridiculous attempt to best William and N-word boy.
I swear it on my grave, I'll make damn sure that they get brought down for what they've done. I owe it to April. I owe it to April to shut this troll community down. They need to pay for what they did. And I will not stop and I will not rest.
You know, Jack, I think you're probably the most accurate out of everything here. Is that this, what Jack just said, is really what this all is about. Cyraxx is pretending to be emotional and have had successful relationships and really care about people and be so broken. So hopefully Katie wants to be with him. You know, like when George had that picture of the fiance in Seinfeld, you know, look at me, I had a relationship and I'm really broken up about it. Don't you want to be part of this? Yeah.
Until William and N-word boy get brought to justice like they deserve. And I do want to say one last thing to April's family. I'm sorry that these people did this to your daughter.
Oh, we got 5 from Vasco. He only really cried once on cam when he got by his ex-bestie Tibbs, who he admitted over voice chat that he was a PDF. Yes, that is true. The only time he's actually cried on camera and not just done this sympathy bullshit was when Tibbs broke it up with him. Isn't that a very sad fact, guys?
I'm sorry that they did this to you. I'm sorry they did this to her. And just know that if I could go back in time and fix things, I would in a fucking heartbeat, without a shadow of a doubt, I would.
Yes, because as I've said before, Cyraxx is a little child who likes to believe, or at least wish, he could time travel. Instead of, figuring out how to live life appropriately, how to deal with situations like an adult, solve his problems like an adult. Like a child, he just wishes he had a time machine to do it again while knowing what the future would turn out like. And even if he did, he would probably still make the same mistakes. But he really wishes he could just solve it with time travel instead of learning how to be a better person.
And I hope that you guys can understand why I did what I did.
2 from Rabid. RIP LLC ARC 2025 to 2025. Yeah, that was a short one. Oh, and 5 from Sergeant Retro. Prepare for the scam stream. Looking for donations to go to the very real funeral. Yeah, I bet you.
And that the real evil ones here, the real ones at fault, are William and N-word boy. William Glory Hole and N-word boy are the real ones at fault. Because if they had not made me paranoid and scared, I wouldn't have left her. I would have stayed with her.
Yeah, as always, Cyraxx has to blame literally everyone for even his own choices, because William and N-word boy are so mean that he breaks up with women, and it's their fault that he broke up with them. It's amazing the levels he goes to blame everybody else in the world for everything he does.
1000%. And I put that on my grave. I put that on my family. I put that on my older brother's grave. I would not have left her. But I promise you guys that no matter what, I will help get justice for April. I promise you that. I will do whatever it takes to make sure that these people are brought down. And I plan to honor April's legacy the right way. I promise to continue my career like she would have wanted me to. No matter what. I promise you that. I will continue my fucking music career and continue doing the stuff that I enjoy for her.
Yeah, I'll continue playing my music and my video games for her. Now he's doing it for her, and he wants people to actually care. I mean, no one cares still. Still no one cares, Cyraxx. Congratulations, no one cares.
And I promise you, Eventually, William Glory Hole and N-Word Boy will be brought to justice for what they've done. And to Katie, I hope this explains everything. I hope this explains everything that happened. Now, excuse me, I need to go before I fucking fully lose it. Because I'm just barely holding it together.
Alright, well that was Cyraxx crying about this girl April that was totally real. And they were totally in love, and it was totally ruined by all the trolls. And it's all their fault, and Cyraxx is once again an innocent little victim that the world needs to feel sorry for, guys. But that is oh wait, we got 2 from Mid-10 Pews. Your turn, cutie. Yeah, thank you for that. That's a very good way to end this one, guys. So I appreciate y'all coming by. Cyraxx is back in crying cycle. He'll be doing this a lot. We'll be back again, I'm sure. But I will catch you guys at the next one. And I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful evening.